G'day folks, welcome back to another update for gold and silver. Now we've had a bit of a bearish divergence and that's caused the retrace, and that's already happened. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel. First, in terms of some outlook for both gold and silver, with gold prices have recently risen, influenced by uncertainty surrounding President-elect Donald Trump's policies and expectation of US Federal Reserve interest rate cuts. Investors are closely monitoring US economic indicators such as the non-farm payrolls report for further guidance on monetary policy. For silver, prices have mirrored gold's upward trend with expectations of recovery alongside gold in 2025. Factors such as industrial demand and investment interest continue to play significant roles in silver's market dynamics. So first, looking at the silver price, we look at the long-term trends on silver on the monthly, the weekly and the daily. So on the monthly, first off, you can see the CCI is broken into that moving average range, whereas the price is still above that moving average. For those new to the channel, if you want to learn how to draw these moving averages on the CCI and the price, they're attached in the description below in a separate video. But on this one, on the monthly, somewhat bullish to neutral on momentum. On the weekly, we did have this bearish divergence between May 2024 to about October 2024. So it's declining CCI with peaks. It's a bearish divergence versus higher highs on the price. And we draw a Fibonacci range that down back to that level, and that's before that divergence started. And we target a minimum range of 23-38%, which is where that rectangle is highlighted. And you can see that the price has been fluctuating in there now since around November 2024 over the past few weeks. That's on the weekly. On the daily, we had another little bearish divergence there. Hit our target, went to about a 50% level, and it bounced. Hit this resistance up there at 34.87, and it's been declining very slowly since, and it's bounced off this minor support at 28.74. Now you would have gone long during that little period on the daily if you were trading on the intraday, and at the moment you would have avoided trading long because it's broken into that moving average range. Now if you go to the intraday chart, again we're using the daily here as a reference. We only take short trades. As soon as that breaks below that daily, it's going to confirm the short positioning. But you'll notice here as well, that would have been a bit too premature to enter that short position back there. Whereas at the moment, it looks like it's a fresh breakout to the downside of the moving average range of the CCI. So go short based on that entry level. And we did have this back here. We did have this bearish divergence, lower highs on the CCI. This is the 1 hour chart versus higher highs in the price. And if we drew a Fibonacci range between that high and that low, that's at 38% minimum retrace level, and more than 90% of the time it hits this minimum retrace. In this case, it's gone down to about the 61%, and looks like it's possibly bouncing, but again the CCI is showing a break to the downside below the moving averages, so you may very well see a further downside to silver in the coming days, at least on the hourly. And then looking at gold, same sort of deal on the monthly. It's freshly broken into that moving average range on the CCI. The price is still very bullish, so somewhat more bullish than neutral at the moment for the monthly. On the weekly, we've had another bearish divergence here, similar to silver, versus higher highs on the price. It dropped, hit our target range, and it's bounced up from there. Now, but having said that, you'll notice the price is moving sideways, but the CCI is dropping still below the moving average range, so giving us a bearish signal. So I wouldn't be going long at this point until I started seeing that break above that moving average range on the weekly. On the daily, we had another shorter term bearish divergence here. Lower highs on the CCI versus higher highs on the price. There was more divergence back here, but I've already covered those in previous videos. But the more recent one was this little period here, hit our target range, and it's been moving sideways since. Now at the moment, it's been fluctuating above and below the CCI. And it looks like it's just broken into that moving average range in the last hour or so, possibly. So we may see further declines. Otherwise, we could possibly see a bounce. So I'll just keep an eye on that. Now, if we go to the intraday chart, I'll just confirm to see a bit of an upswing on today's price movement and CCI movement to confirm that. But you'll notice the CCI is broken above its moving average range, and we may see further upside here possibly. So again, I'd like to see a bit of an upswing here. We've got a start of a bullish candle today so far, and that's also today a fresh breakout above the moving averages. So again, I'd like to see that break higher. Moving back here on the hourly, we did in our last video draw this target area, whereas there was a bearish divergence. Now since then, the CCI has moved slightly higher, so we're going to move that see that trend line. There's still going to be a bearish divergence on the CCI versus the trend line on the price. That's, say, lower highs on the CCI versus higher highs on the price gives us a bearish divergence. And we then draw the Fibonacci range, going back to that previous low before that divergence started. Now we're going to readjust this target area to that new area, which has now been drawn and confirmed. You can see there it's actually bounced right off that 38%, hit our minimum target range, and it's bounced off that 38%. We may possibly see further highs. I'd like to see this break above that moving average range to confirm, and I'd like to see that, and by then you would have seen a bigger bullish candle on a daily as well to confirm the bull. So slightly bullish movement on the gold price, especially if it breaks above that moving average range. To support the channel more, hit that like and subscribe button and share the video. For added benefits and the cost of a coffee, consider subscribing to the Patreon page where we look at weekly scans of bullish trending shares and insider trades that may have occurred. Thanks again and see you in the next video.